to the Ben and Wrench YouTube channel. Friends, today is going to be a unique one. We're kind of doing more of a project update. That's kind of what's going on today because we're heading down to Rusty's house and we're grabbing Brent's truck. The gold crew cab OBS we 6-liter swapped. Well, it's time for her to come home. She is all freshened up and tuned. So hopefully by the end of the video, you'll see us do a smoky burnout. But it is a pretty heavy truck, I know. But you see something else in here, right? Well, this, if you watched my boring ABS module replacement video, which I appreciate you did, I dropped in a little snippet of a new project. And I know you're like, Brian, it's not a truck. What the hell are you doing? But I've got 3 kids. I've got a wife. I got, we have a hard time getting around in regular cab pickup trucks, right? So let's build a family hauler, right? So the plan, this, my friends, is a 2008 minty fresh, no spray paint now if you watch the other video, Cadillac CTS, okay? Well, the V6 version, which is sad, very sad, because if it was a V, we probably wouldn't have it for the measly, roughly $800 we have invested into this car. So as you see it, it's in fairly good shape, okay? Interior is decent, and yes, it's the ugly tan that nobody really likes. But it has a panoramic sunroof, huh? And, it's the wheels are kind of cheesy. But then we're going to go, I promise. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because I wanted to talk to you about a couple things that we're going to be doing. You won't see a whole bunch of this in this video because, like I said, we're going to be heading down to Rusty's. But I've had a motor, if you guys have noticed in the background, I've had this guy sitting around for a while. This is a brand new GM remanufactured 5.3 liter. Now, it is DOD deleted and VVT deleted because I went ahead and changed the cam and all that stuff. Well, it was sitting there, of course. But that is as stock as it can get. Gen 4, because, this is Gen 4, which means basically we need a 58X crankshaft to work with a lot of the components in here because this is a CAN bus operated system. And that stuff we'll talk about down the road. But, something like this, it's gotta, she's gotta sound nasty, So we gotta make something happen with that. So this guy here, Rusty hit me up and he's like, hey, I'm building a XJ, which if you're not familiar, that's a Jeep Cherokee thing. And he's going to put some 37s on it and LS swap it. And you might see it here at some point, which is very, very possible. We might get the dirty work because that's honestly what I like to do. And then he can do all the tuning and all the fancy crap because that's what he likes to do, I think. But so the reason I mentioned that, he has a built 4.8. And you're like, a 4.8, Brian, what the hell? But it's got a big hog ass cam already in it. It is re-ringed, re-bearinged, ready to go. And he wants to trade. So on our way down to Rusty's, we're going to go ahead and take our 5.3 down there, grab up the 4.8. We are going to put a, don't laugh. We're going to put a 4L60, a 4L Slippy, all right? I know. The reason that is, and I'll give you a short story, since I'm rambling on as it is, we're going to run a 2008 operating system, factory GM stuff. So it's going to work with our, well, you don't know what the 4.8 is, but it's a Gen 4, which is a 58X. And we're going to get a wiring harness and everything out of an 08 half-ton Chevy, which had a 4L60 in it. Now, this is a 6-speed, and we're not going to run it. And honestly, 6L80s are way overpriced and out of budget right now because we're trying to keep this modest. We got 800 into it now. That motor is kind of free because it's just here. So we're getting like a free motor, kind of, right? And it's got a hog ass cam already. Because if you go to buy a camshaft, they're $500, and we don't want to do that. So getting a motor that's already built, when we are going to be getting a 4L60, that's a good junkyard takeout from our buddy Wolverton's, where this fine ride came from. And hopefully we can utilize a lot of components on here to just make it all work together. Now, this is going to be a couple video project, I'm sure, just because of the mass of it. Some of our early stuff is a lot easier. We've swapped those trucks, and then weren't complete swaps anyway. So they were obviously easier to get a start to finish result. So bear with me on some of that stuff too. We'll do our best. But let's pop the hood on this unit, give you a little more tutorial on it, and get that engine loaded up to head to Rusty's. All right, so let's pop the hood on this unit. So it's in decent shape. It's got 180,000 miles on it. It's got a couple dings where, you know, people tried to break into it, I guess we'll say. But all in all, decent car, worth doing something with. Now, if you're unfamiliar and you didn't see my last video where we talk about this, the cts-v, Rusty actually had one back in our prime, and that thing was pretty rowdy. It had an LS6 in it with a T56. This is going to be an automatic. Trying to make Mama a new hot rod, and I think we're going to maybe barter off the Camaro. See what else we can get. Maybe do a trade-up challenge. You never know. We'll see how that goes. But she's definitely wanting to get into the four-door realm, and we really liked Rusty's old car. So we're going to try to duplicate that with no money, because that's what it's about nowadays, right? Budget, resourceful, budget. It really means all the same thing. Broke, same thing. So this, if you're unfamiliar, let me rip this cover off. This is a GM 3.6, and in my opinion, of course, that is the biggest pile of shit they ever made. For sure. They rip. They make a ton of power, and they probably make, that car probably still makes close to 300 horse or more. But they're timing chain eating fools, and there's going to be somebody that comments that says, you know what, it's a great engine. Well, I'm glad you like it, because I don't. So that is coming out. We already ordered some parts for this unit, so we're just kind of waiting for that stuff to trickle in, you know. We're going to get rid of this lame-ass grill. We're going to get a sweet, hopefully a cts-v bumper would be really cool, but it's a cts-v look-alike grill, because this is a poor man's cts-v, because it won't be supercharged yet. So enough yakking about this thing here. Oh, gosh, you gotta love the squeal of that, you know. Jesus.
There's always time for lubricant!
Friends, we're heading down. Motor's in the back, got the trailer hooked up. Next time you see us, we'll be landing at Rusty's. Another long-winded drive, friends. We're almost there, though. It's pretty dark out. It's 6:46 p.m. All right, and it's yeah, we got a little bit of daylight. Hopefully enough. The truck doesn't justify because the windows are so dark, but when we're outside, hopefully it's enough to do a smoky burnout in Brent's truck. But don't tell Brent. He won't know. All right. We'll chime in just a second. We finally made her, folks. Looks like he's working on a fun one. I see he's got our buddy Todd's Hot Rod LTD. I know you guys think Hot Rod LTD, but there's another one. What's up, brother? I see you got Todd's race car, huh? I was telling the people that this one might almost be as fast as our old red and white LTD. Oh, guys, look at this thing.
All these old Fords, man, they always break down in my yard.
I mean, the benefit of that, though, is we get to put, you know, I mean, you didn't put this in there, but you helped get this going, right?
Shop in Canada, I think, built it, and they did a really terrible job, and I had to fix it. So, literally, Todd from Canada drives all the way over here to bring this to me so I can work on it.
What a unit, though. What's cool about this car, guys, and Todd, if you're watching, she's still sitting here, buddy, and she's ready. But it's got it's 08 chassis underneath, though, right?
Yeah, it's an 81 LTD on an 08 chassis.
How freaking cool is that? I haven't seen it in person. I've only heard rumors and stories, and, you know, it's one of them Canadian things, you know? If you guys see it out in Canada, tell Todd, you know, that you've seen his car, right? Dude.
At Rusty's.
At Rusty's. So, the unit?
This is the unit.
Sounds good.
Yeah, runs good. Still gotta get my wideband out of it.
Do you? Perfect. Yeah. We're running out of daylight, folks. Like I said, it looks kind of better now. My tinted windows don't do it justice, but we gotta try, you know, whipping a shitty or doing a burnout though before we lose daylight.
She'll do it.
Perfect. Let's jump in this thing real quick, guys. We're gonna let her warm up for a second. We'll chime back in.
Get after it.
All right, first corner. Hold on here. Oh yeah.
I don't know what I can see. It's kind of dark in here.
It is very dark in here. Sorry, guys. We got the wrong time of the day and tinted windows and every damn thing here.
It's gonna be fine.
Brent, your brakes suck, by the way, bud.
The only Chevy truck that death wobbles when you hit the brakes.
Little shimmy. It's all right, you know. We did put new tires on, and it's got a fresh balance, so.
And it's still terrible. I don't know if these tires are from China and they're square.
Dude, these are them,
Linglongs?
Linglongs, yeah.
Traveler, that from Tractor Supply. I mean,
these things are mint, folks. I mean, the heat works.
yeah, it smells.
Dude, this thing's a 2000, all right, guys? You gotta understand, this thing's a unit. We're gonna find, hopefully we gotta find a parking lot in Mexico. Of course, that's where we're at. We're in Mexico.
Going to Mexico.
Rusty lives in Mexico. So the Escort, the Escort is for sale, guys. If anybody's looking for a minty fresh, and you've seen it, you've seen the new clutch get installed, diesel Escort, Rusty's selling. Drop me a message in my email, or I did drop Rusty's channel in the last video. You can directly message him too, so.
Your opportunity to own a legendary YouTube vehicle.
Yeah, legendary, okay. All right, I mean, it's a legendary vehicle.
It's probably one of the only diesel Escorts on YouTube. That's why so many people that messaged me today were asking about it.
You gotta at least test this thing out once, right?
Right, yeah.
No wet asphalt. Dang it. Hold on, Brent, we can't leave it like that, brother. Feel reverse drive slam, right?
You gotta neutral drop it.
Alright, friends, well, it's still a heavy truck, alright? Give her a break here, alright? We're heading back to Rusty's right now. We'll check back in just a second. Alright, we got the old wideband out of Brent's truck. She's sitting outside. Let me show you the new race motor, folks. It don't look like much, but it's what's inside that matters. I know, you're like, it's black, but it's muddy orange and then purple. What the hell you got going on here, dude?
Well, this motor here, this is a Frankenstein of a lot of free parts that have came off of various motors, and I don't care what it looks like because it's gonna make some power.
It's gonna be all black soon. Trust me. You know.
We got a fresh 4.8 block here. I don't remember if I took it apart even. I think it's stock bottom end. We slid the big old stage 4 Texas Speed truck cam in there.
Truck cam and a CTS. Poor man's V. You know, it sounds good.
I think you supplied this oil pump.
Yep.
I think it's a 295.
Stock.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's a M295. Yes.
Yeah. Other than that, these are the, I think, 799s off the mud truck.
Ooh, ARP head bolts?
Yeah. ARP head bolts. I don't know, are these valve covers loose? We can bust the valve covers off. It's got dual valve springs, hardened push rods, the usual stuff, usual recipe for success.
So the biggest thing is, like we mentioned earlier in the video, that stock 5.3 that we decided to bring down here is going to work much better for our buddy Rusty. Let me show you his new license plate, wherever the hell he put that at. Oh yeah, right here. Check this out. LSX XJ. XJ. Yeah, Jeep guys. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but supposedly we're supposed to be putting that 5.3 and a 4L60 into his Jeep. Right? That's the plan?
Currently, yeah, we don't have a 4L60 or anything like that, but now we got a stock 5.3, and you know, I got some.
You know what we also have is a Mustang still on the hoist.
You don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, well, you know, when I pulled up and seen another broke down Ford out here, I just figured, you know, I mean, he did make no progress, but it's all right. It's all right. Oh.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Son of a biscuit.
John leaving his toolbox everywhere.
Dang it, John. All right, so that motor, needless to say, is a 20 over GM reman motor. And basically what we are doing, and the plan is to obviously put that in a cts-v with a 4L60 like we said 3 times already. So we're gonna get these things swapped out here, and then Rusty's gonna do a grand reveal on our minty fresh thing that he made for us. Oh, hold on here, folks. Let's show you the good stuff. Can you see that? That's worth more than a whole damn motor.
I know, right? Oh, I gotta bust off these my F-body engine mounts.
Oh yeah, okay. So remember this was supposed to be for that, but he does have a 6.2 liter we hooked him up with for doing some S10 work back in the day. So, all right, folks, let's get these swapped around real quick. And just like that, friends, we got a new motor. Let's get this truck out of here, and we'll do some BSing. All right, friends, we got everything loaded up. Rusty made something pretty badass for me, and I wanted to show you guys. And if you remember my OG logo, which we still utilize, we got, you know, a few things going on with that, but we'll chime into that part in a second. Check this out. How freaking cool is that? How do you turn the light on? Right here. Oh yeah, hold on. Hey! He 3D printed that. How badass is that? Appreciate it, buddy.
What are friends for?
Yeah. So, guys, we've talked about this. I've had a few comments on merch and stuff like that. It is an up-and-coming thing. We have been working on a few things. The problem is just the initial investment. We're hoping to get to a little higher tier of subscribers and views and that type of thing, but it is coming. If you want something directly, I do have some of the OG logo shirts and stuff we can do. And then I think I got a couple hats left. Drop me an email. I'll see what I do to hook you guys up for sure. But how freaking cool is that? And actually, Rusty and I were talking, possibly like keychains even too, right?
Pretty much anything solid, you know, with your logo I can make in multiple colors, whatever we want to do.
Yeah, so as long as we got a PNG for it, he can print her up. We're going to try to do something with the new logo and see, but it's a lot more color, a lot more graphics, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work out yet, but to be decided. But if you are interested in something, hit me up. I can see what I have on hand. And then eventually we're going to light up a website and kind of explore more of those options in the future. But, Rusty, why don't you tell us what's going on around here today? You got your new 5.3. We haven't really had a chance to sit and talk for a minute, and the friends, our friends have missed you.
Well, I'm real depressed because I don't get to work on a Mustang ever. I can't say no to side work. I'm always working on everybody else's junk. I bought a Jeep.
Sorry.
I'm kind of an idiot. And now we're LS swapping a Jeep. So I kind of want to do that more.
So what you're saying is that the drag and drive car you're supposed to have ready to, you know, run with the S10 and Eddie and Kip that you guys saw in the one drag race video.
I'm saying if one of you brings me $600, you can have all of this, all right? All of this.
I'm just saying, if you guys are looking for a rusty roller, I mean, Penn State, but it does have a brand new QA1 and new frame rails.
Right, and Cobra rear end, Cobra knuckles, and
there is a whole bunch of Cobra stuff that we had dropped off the last time we were up this way.
Just some assembly required.
There is opportunities an LS swap race car, right?
Yeah.
We do have the right mounts. But guys, we came, we saw, we got to drive Brent's truck. We got to take it for a rip. I know you started off with the Cadillac and checking that out, and there was a purpose to this. We wanted to see our buddy. We wanted to get that new race motor. We wanted to drop off this old gem that's been sitting around. It's a win-win for everyone. So on that note, guys, on behalf of Rusty and I, and my dad, of course, make sure you like, subscribe, share all good stuff. We'll see you on the next one.